Welcome back, my children, trainer, Uma mains, and all that kind of stuff, right? It is I, UmaPokke, back from the dead after HSR Cyrene situation completely destroyed my life, my editor's life, our timetable and everything. If you guys play HSR, check out our main channel. But I am back because MUSUME just dropped the biggest patch in MUSUME history. So to kind of make this brief, everything that you understand about MUSUME, everything that you are preparing for MUSUME, for your pooling opinions, whether you should be pulling Rise Shower, Rico, all that kind of stuff, front runner meta, Summer, Maruzensky, Mihono Bourbon, none of that matters anymore. Just pretend that you completely forgot everything that the content creators and guide makers have been saying for the past 1 or 2 months, because this in fact changes everything, right? So let's just go through to kind of just give a rough breakdown. First things first, just know that this entire patch is the equivalent of the MUSUME first anniversary, quality of life and everything. They just fast forward every point from the anniversary and brought it up by 6 months in the half anniversary batch, right? So let's just jump in. Adjustment details: increase money earned in career, increase money at end of career, parameters, blah 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 blah, increase recreation event, rate at which power cards events are occurring. All these are essentially all quality of life, right? These are all quality of life. So you know all those mood downs when you go to the infirmary, they are basically removing everything. So they just fast forward every single quality of life they are gonna be getting when you're playing careers ever since this update is gonna be announced, right? So all of the bad conditions right here, right? Increase the probability to gravitate more energy, decrease bad condition, remove mood decrease when you have bad conditions. Mood decrease is now going to occur randomly. Rest, blah blah, also cures bad conditions from your summer event. You can also cure night owl and skin upgrade from simply resting. If you trade with this, bada bum bum, you also cure the slagger condition, and certain events now cure. So it's going to be a lot easier to get a better Uma, because you are now basically going to be removing a huge layer of bad RNG, like getting sick or not getting enough rest or the dreaded night hour. So that's gonna be that. Okay, this changes everything. This is the one I'm talking about, right? Adjusted race systems. So they added sport struggle, dueling, runaway, runners the last spurt based on the guts parameter. The guts parameter. You know how at the start of the game, or rather at the start of the MUSUME when it just came out, almost everyone and their moms, we all collectively agreed guts is like a completely useless. Okay, not really completely useless, but their relevance is way lesser compared to your speed, stamina, power. Because we do not have this guts parameter in the current global version, because this was a feature that is supposed to come out on the first anniversary. Well, that is now completely out of the window, because guts is no longer going to be a bad stat. So this is almost like the equivalency of like power, right? Increasing your last spurt speed based on your guts for the final bout over here, right? So do you guys remember the Haru Urara guts card that you can actually get for free in the shop? You can claim out from your exchange wallet. Yep, the Haru Urara guts card is a ridiculously good card, but unfortunately you just never saw play in the global version, at least all the way up until the guts event happened later on in the first anniversary. But now you can actually consider pivoting completely from the original meta into this brand new parameter, because once this thing kicked in for like the CN as well as JP server, everything changed. Literally everything. Your deck building, gone. Your legacy, gone. All your previous meta, right, your front runner meta, everything changed because of this right here. And on top of all of these different systems, that makes it a lot easier for your other run styles to catch up into your front runners. For example, Summer, Maruzensky, as well as Mihono, which as of right now, before all these, it is very difficult to actually win a front runner, right? I think you guys would know by now if you have played a CM3 or even CM4 right now, if you cannot catch your front runner within the first 30 seconds, chances of you winning that front runner, unless they completely run out of gas, or like your end closer and late surge, they completely bunkai, it is close to impossible. under most circumstances. But now, that is no longer going to be the case, right? So we adjust the system in one of your race cores, race position in the final core, allow you to line them up more easily. Skills that improve navigation also improves passing ability, making all of your end, late, or even paces a lot better. Recover endurance now enables to exert full strength based on the endurance recover. Absolutely exceptional. So this is basically what changed everything, because if you know our schedule, right? Our schedule for the UmaMusume banners, like what do you guys want to pull? Before half anniversary, before first anniversary, every single banner that we have been getting on a global server, they were following a step-by-step basis based on everything that's been happening on CN and JP. Because every single CM, they were following the exact same routine of their decks as well as the parameters before first anniversary. Now, we are essentially going to be getting this guts parameter in our Haru scenario, which is a Unity Cup, before instead of Ment, right? They basically got this in the Man scenario, M-A-N-T. So now that we actually get this in Unity Cup, the deck building process and the overall way you're going to be building Uma is going to be super different, because what used to be meta back then during the Unity Cup will no longer be the same meta for Global's Unity Cup because of this system, right? So everything that guide makers, theory crafters, JP veterans, Taiwan veteran, all these veteran players, everything that they have learned from back then, it is completely fucked. Okay, maybe not completely, because some of the principles still apply, like how do you res, but most of these like niche CM strategies, they are basically thrown out the window, because now there's a fresh set of meta to implement all these things from the first anniversary and now fast forward by 6 months. So I think I've also seen this in the UmaMusume, so I'm not sure, like, guide makers and content creators who have been relying, right, or even the viewers who have been relying on the old guys, right, your CN, JP, all these old guys, you kind of have to start from scratch. So hopefully you understand how the skills, how racetracks, how the fundamentals of racing and Uma work, because you actually have to do this yourself now, right? No one is going to help you, because there's no such thing as a blueprint anymore, right? All the blueprint that everybody used last time for the Unity Cup, it is completely irrelevant because of all these things, right? So looking forward to see how everyone's meta, everyone's Uma is gonna be. So that's gonna be that. Other than that, right, let's go on a little bit more. Increase the parameters acquired for some training events for the following training. So Silent Suzuka, Tokai, Teo, Tokai, Dio, Maro, Zensky, Coach, blah 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 blah. Very nice, right? Very good. And then added some training events for these things over here, very good. And then some training events over here, very good. Adjusted some, so these are all gonna be the yep, very nice. Don't worry about don't worry about it, right? Don't worry. Okay, these are skill buffs. These are your skill buffs. So I think there are some skills, they basically worked a lot better after the anniversary. Now, because we are getting the buff before, in fact 6 months in advance, some of these skills are gonna be way better now in Unity Cup, which is once again completely destroying the blueprint and the meta that we have been relying on JP or the CN servers, because a lot of them will either get nerfed or get buffed. So blah 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 blah. I'm looking forward to see how the UmaMusume guide makers are gonna be going, because this is a shit ton of changes for all of them different skills, and then your positioning is also gonna be changing. So everything is gonna be changing. Everything that you have known is no longer gonna matter anymore. We have to start from scratch over there. You can kind of see how the skill do in the anniversary patch, because I think we already know what the skills will be by anniversary. So the post-anniversary update, we already know what to do, right? The problem is just that if you combine this with the guts update and everything, the way you train your Umas for each specific CM is gonna be completely different, right? So some Umas that are bad in this CM for Unity, before the guts update or before these changes, they might be completely meta-defining. So front runners, TLDR will probably no longer be the #1 most dominant strategy anymore, especially for the sweaty players, right? So all these things, blah blah blah, skill update, everything changes very good. So with that, we have come to an end. The biggest UmaMusume patch update, guide makers in shambles, casuals in shambles. This literally changes everything. Let me know what you guys think. Tomorrow we're gonna be playing Honkai Star Sirini. Our word of the day is gonna be, I'll be back one day. Join to the use code POKE for 10% off game subs all about. I will see you guys time. Boom.